Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy, Crimson Red. And I just want to say I appreciate every single person that still tunes back into my channel, watches every single video, comments, and just shows support. It honestly means the world to me, man. Like, shit. I can't even explain it, man. Like, honestly, it's been so it's been such a roller coaster recently, guys. I won't even lie. I'm really trying to get, the music and everything, making sure that, everything's perfect. I'm not trying to get, copyrighted and stuff like that. I'm trying to make sure that everything sounds perfect. I'm personally a perfectionist. I like to have everything as perfect as possible. And there's no such thing as perfect, but at least, I'm trying my hardest when it comes to, making sure that everything works out just fine. So I know a lot of people have been anticipating it, and I'm so thankful for, everybody that's actually been waiting for it too. And it's one of those things where it's just like, I hope I don't disappoint, and I just wanted to make it the best that it possibly can. I'm also moving again. This is gonna be the second time, so it's kind of pretty much just, I'm trying to get this video done and stuff like that. It was an idea that popped in my head, so I wanted to do it, kind of feed you guys some content so that, you guys aren't just like, yo, is he good? Is he dead? Nah, I'm still alive, guys. And yeah, nah, it's just, Christmas time and stuff like that. I've been focusing on doing Christmas and whatnot, but main big thing is just making sure that the music sounds perfect. I'm doing the best that I can, and that, everything goes right and whatnot. But as you guys can see, we have the Lil Uzi Vert album 2021 tier list maker made by yours truly. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, it's at Real Crimson Red. You guys should. What are you doing? And then if you guys want to use this tier maker as well, I'll have the link in the description as well, so you guys can actually do your own. And if you guys actually do this, go ahead, tweet at me. Tell me, I want to see what you guys think. What's your opinion and stuff like that. Also, let's talk about my last video too, with or not my last video, but a video that I made a little while ago, ranking every Lil Uzi Vert song, man. Everybody got pissed. Everybody was hating on me for Ballin', man. Like, that song Ballin', bro. Like, personally, to me, I just didn't like the synth in the beginning. And I asked a couple of my friends, and they felt the same way. But, man, it was like a war crime, bro, that I even said that, oh, yeah, I didn't like it. But even in the video, like I said, after pretty much, I would say, like 80, I didn't hate the songs. It was just, it's really hard to make a tier list for someone that you like so much, and that you're just like, man, like, what kind of songs am I doing? Like, even for these albums and stuff like that, like, I could say personally, like, oh man, I like every single album. Like, in my opinion, they're all S tier. But the thing is that I also have to be honest and be like, okay, what songs don't I listen to? What songs aren't on my replay and stuff like that? And, just kind of go at it at like a critical review and stuff like that. Like, turn off my Uzi fan shaders and stuff like that, and just kind of go in as like a critical review and stuff like that. So again, I'm gonna say it in this video too. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more music stuff. And this is just my opinion. Like I said, you guys can literally go onto this tier list and make your own. So how you gonna hate when you could just make your own tier list? You also might be thinking, this is 2021, this is up to date, but where's the real Uzi? Where's Purple Thoughts? I'll be honest, guys, that's just one album. I didn't like those two albums. I didn't listen to that much. I have heard songs off of them. I just personally don't like them. That's just, I didn't really resonate. It's nothing that I, always listen to and go back to. And they're not on Spotify, and I don't think they're on SoundCloud either. So it's kind of really hard to find them as well, to like re-listen to them. But if you guys also in the comments want me to add this to the tier list, I definitely will. It's just personally for me, I just didn't really listen to the albums that much. But anyways, let's get into the video. So with number 1, we have Love Is Rage 2. And I'm just going to put this up here right away. I know we're, first choice, already at S tier. Is this how it's going to go for the whole video? No, I promise you it's not. But this is probably the first album from Uzi that I, made sure that when it released, I listened to it. And probably where every single song I just messed with so heavy. Even if I didn't mess with it right away, it was one of those things where after I got, listened to it more as I got older, I respected it so much. So, like, for example, 2. A lot of people don't like 2, and that's because, him talking and stuff like that. I still like it. Like, it's still really good. We got 444 plus 222. Amazing. Sauce it up. No Sleep Leak. The Way Life Goes, which The Way Life Goes and Neon Guts were actually a song that had to grow on me and stuff like that, which after a while I actually respected so much, especially The Way Life Goes. Like, that's such a good song. We have For Real, Feelings Mutual, Early 20 Rager. Unfazed is definitely one of my top 5 Uzi songs of all time. And I know that you guys might be like, yo, on your tier list, you put it at like number 70 something. And that list, I literally said in the beginning, I was judging off of Uzi's performance on the song and how well he did. And if we're going to be honest with each other, guys, The Weeknd pretty much covered 75% of the song. So let's see. This song is 3 minutes and 9 seconds long. Uzi comes in at 145. So The Weeknd is literally the hook. He was the first verse. He was the hook. Then Uzi went, and then it was The Weeknd with the hook again. So, like, if we're judging off of just Uzi, the song is not his. It's The Weeknd song. But if we're talking about the song just as, like, hey, how is it as a song? It fucking slaps, let's be honest. So that's why I'll put it on here as, like, this song is amazing. We have Pretty Mommy, which was literally either 1 or 2 on my best Uzi list. So, okay, so that, that one's on there. And then so is Dark Queen. Dark Queen is literally my number 1, number 2 from my last list. So literally my number 1 spot and my number 2 spot are both on this album. How is this not the best album? So yeah, S tier, as you guys can see, definitely deserved it. And then EXO Tour Life, man. Like, do I really need to say anything? That was the hit of, like, 2017 and stuff like that. And even if you add, I would say even if you add the Deluxe on here, I'm not adding the Deluxe because, like, even if we add the Deluxe and, like, Skirt Skirt, I hate that song. That's probably the worst Uzi song that he's ever released. You still have Loaded. You still have 20 minutes. Like, 20 minutes, bro. Before that was all TikTok and stuff like that. That song still slapped. Even on TikTok, I'll be honest, even on TikTok, it can still slap. So, to even, like, put that on there as well, the Deluxe songs even outweigh the negative. So, honestly, that's why it's still an S tier. And we're just ranking it off of, just before the Deluxe. And honestly, there's no skips on this album, and it's just perfect. So now we have Love is Rage. His first commercial, at least on Spotify, his first commercial release. And honestly, it's great. Even right now, looking at the list, we have Safe House, perfect. Banned from TV was literally one of my highest spots. A lot of people thought that I was shitting on Love is Rage because it was a little bit lower on my list for best Uzi songs. But it's some of the songs on here, they're either complete miss or complete hit, in my opinion. Like I said, Ballin's on here, which, I'm apparently a Ballin hater. So it's like, Ballin to me, I personally didn't like. But it's like, you have Right Now, you have Top, you have 7 a.m., Banned from TV, Safe House. And even songs like Super Saiyan and stuff like that, which aren't my favorite, they still hit. You have Lamborghini Dreams, which is great. All My Chains. Belly, fantastic. And then Paradise, honestly, I would say, like, Paradise is probably the best, ending to an Uzi album that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe down the list and stuff like that, there would probably be a better one. But honestly, this album isn't that bad. Like, just because I don't like, for example, I don't think Super Saiyan is one of my favorite songs. It's just, I think I like the Super Saiyan remix from the snippet that we heard. What's another one? All My Chains is pretty good. Like I said, I'm just not a huge fan of Ballin, personally, which, a lot of people want to, pitchfork me for. Enemies, fantastic. I honestly would put this at an A ranking. This album is actually really, really good. There's barely any misses, and if there is, you know, I would say either like a a lower A or a high B, and that's just because just because of like Ballin and Super Saiyan and stuff like that. But for him coming out as like this is his first like commercial and doing the songs that he did, Safe House, Banned from TV, 7 a.m. Right Now, Top, like he already has like 5 hits on a song, and this was like his first commercial album. Most of the time when you make a commercial album, it's like, oh, okay, you got 1 or 2 hits on here. And of course, like 7 a.m. was definitely like his highest charting, and I would say like maybe even top as well. But just to have so many good songs on your first album that's like huge and commercial and all that kind of stuff, he knocked it out of the park, honestly. Now, the newest album that is officially released, because of course we're still waiting for Pink Tape, is Pluto X Baby Pluto, which of course you can see on here is a collaboration with Future. And then we also have 1017 versus the World, which we will talk about then, which is with Gucci Mane. But this one is with Future. And the first one that they came out with they both came out with like features on each other's tracks. Future came out with an album and Uzi was on it with All Bad, and then Was Up with Future and Uzi on Uzi's album. So they decided to do a collab tape, and honestly for me, I was super excited. I'm like, nice, this is going to be probably one of the biggest like dream collabs that I wanted to do. I heard Future and Juice World, and their collab album is fantastic. I don't think there's honestly any skips on that one. Then I listened to Pluto X Baby Pluto, and I did mess with a lot of songs on here, honestly. Like Stripes Like Burberry, honestly, is a great intro. Marnie on Me, I know that Marnie on Me for a lot of people is just kind of like a throwaway. I kind of mess with it. Sleeping on the Floor is okay. Real Baby Pluto, interesting. Drinking and Smoking's a fantastic song. So is $1,000,000 Play, in my opinion. Then you have That's It. Bought a Bad Bitch, pretty good. Rockstar Chain, I'll be honest, I skip. I really don't listen to it. Lullaby is honestly a really good song. A lot of people are just like, wait a minute, is that Lil Wayne? Like, so I mean, okay, I can like see that and stuff like that. She Never Been to Pluto is okay. Off That is okay. I Don't Want to Break Up, it's okay. Bankroll and then Moment of Clarity, I would say are mid. I think honestly the Deluxe definitely helped this album out. And there was a song that they teased, and it was actually the instrumental, and then they kind of had a little bit of it, but they never came out with it. And I'm actually gonna look that up real quick. Hold on. All right, so yeah, here it is. So it's Baby Pluto, Future, Lil Wayne, or Lil Uzi Vert teaser, Astronauts. That was the song. And honestly, when I heard it, you could, like, as you can see on here, here's Future. Uzi's in here as well. There he is. There's Future. And like the song itself, like the instrumental is fantastic. So I got really excited when I heard like the instrumental, and I thought that they were going to have it on the Deluxe, but they didn't even have it on the Deluxe either. So I don't know what actually happened to that one. So I'm not really sure what happened, but the song just never got on. But Heart in Pieces, once it came out, was a holy shit kind of song. Like, Heart in Pieces is such a good fucking song. Like, it was actually one of my top 5 Spotify 2021 songs. And like I said, I'm not doing Deluxe, like adding on to this. And actually, nah, you know what? I'll add Deluxes onto this. Heart and Pieces definitely made Baby Pluto where I'm going to put it into B. Because, in my opinion, I would say it's a low B, higher C. I just don't know what it was. Like, just the song, like the songs on here, on the album itself, it just seemed like there were so many that, like, they just didn't work. Like there was just something missing, and it kind of sucks because when I really think of like my top trap people, it's Future, it's Uzi. Putting them together should be like one of the greatest things ever, and it just, I don't know. There was a couple misses on here, but there's also some that I definitely go back to. And like I said, with the Deluxe, with Heart and Pieces, that was my top, one of my top 5 songs on Spotify. But honestly, being 50-50, I gotta put it in B. Now, next we have 1017 versus the World, which is another collab mixtape with Uzi and Gucci Mane. Now, this one, honestly, you can't get it on Spotify, but it is on SoundCloud and it is uploaded by Lil Uzi Vert. So that's why I actually put it on to this tier list. Because like I said, I don't think that Purple Thoughts and I don't think that the real Uzi is on Spotify or on SoundCloud. I could be mistaken. You guys can let me know. But this one is on SoundCloud. So this is why I personally think that it does count as an album. So we have 7 songs on here. Only 6 out of the 7 are actual songs. There is a interlude in the middle, and that's track number 6. But honestly, the main reason that I actually started listening to this album was because of the last song, Secure the Bag, which is, the better Secure the Bag over the EA Secure the Bag. And in my opinion, like, the main reason I watched or even like listened to the video was because I watched a video. I'm gonna have the video on the screen if I remember it. It was this guy who's talking about how he made a instrumental for a Lil Uzi Vert song, and it was Secure the Bag because the sample of that song is actually from Monkey Ball. And when I listened to it, the song to me just kind of blew my mind. So I was like, okay, I need to listen to this song. So then I realized that it was off of an album I've never heard the album for, and then I listened to all the songs. So we have the first one, which is Change My Phone, and it's okay. Today is definitely a hit. Uzi definitely did his thing, and a lot of people, even like reading the comments, because I was listening to the songs a little while ago. A lot of the people were saying that like Gucci Mane was the main reason that the album kind of flopped and stuff like that. And to be honest, I feel like it was more of, it wasn't Gucci Mane, it wasn't Uzi. It was kind of, they just weren't like, it wasn't like a huge click. It wasn't, I definitely wouldn't think like, oh, let me hear Gucci Mane and Uzi like that. Out of all the collabs, that one really doesn't come to my head. So I feel like it was kind of like they were 2 separate entities just on one song. And instead with like Future and Uzi, how they can click, for them, they were just kind of doing their own thing. Blonde Bridget, another really good song. And honestly, Blonde Bridget is one of those examples where Gucci Mane didn't suck. Like a lot of people were talking like, oh man, Gucci Mane is the main reason. Gucci Mane made Blonde Bridget, and then Uzi just came on and did his thing. Then we have Threesome, which is pretty good. Again, this is another one that Gucci Mane kind of killed. We have Fresh, which it's okay. And then we have, like I said, Secure the Bag, which is just fantastic. I would say if you need to listen to any of the songs on here, I would listen to the track number 2, which is Today, and definitely without a doubt listen to Secure the Bag. In my opinion, this is kind of just like, I would say like a low B. They definitely have some hits on here. I just feel like it was more experimental. This is when Uzi was also coming up and stuff like that. This is actually right after Love is Rage. So in my opinion, it was kind of one of those things where they were just trying it out. It was a collab mixtape, and even like I said, it's just on SoundCloud, no Spotify release. So I'll put it at like lower B. Next we have EA, which in my opinion, I remember just waiting. 2 years have passed and no sign, no hearing about like if we're even gonna get Eternal Atake. And bam, I stayed up until midnight. The album didn't drop. They said that's gonna come out on Friday at like 8 a.m. I wake up, bam, I listen to the whole thing. Now thinking about it, like the first time listening to it, I don't think that I messed with it too hard. I do want to say that Baby Pluto is probably one of the best intro songs that Uzi has ever put out, in my opinion. it just made a lot of sense. This album actually had a lot of kind of like structure behind the scenes. So the way that he explained it was Baby Pluto, Low Main, Silly Watch, Pop, You Better Move, and Homecoming were all Baby Pluto. Then I'm Sorry, Celebration Station, Bigger Than Life, Chrome Heart Tags, and Bust Me were RNG. I'm sorry if I got the name wrong, but I think that's what it was. And then it was Prices, Urgency, Vanita, Secure the Bag, which were Uzi. So he kind of split it up in 3 different ways. But in my opinion, there was also a story behind it with, like, you know, the whole abduction and stuff like that, just like, you know, as you can see in the cover art. And it just made a lot of sense. He was having like a whole story with it, and the songs were just fantastic. Like I said, Baby Pluto, it's definitely out of this world. It's definitely one of my favorite songs off of the album. Low Main is hard, Silly Watch, hard. Same with Pop, You Better Move. But I started to see a trend, and it was just me personally, where, like I said, he split up every single section with like this new character and stuff like that. And once I got towards the end, so for example, Homecoming was the last song in the Baby Pluto area, and Homecoming I really don't mess with that much. In my opinion, I don't really mess with Homecoming. But then it switched to Orangey, and I love I'm Sorry, Celebration Station is a really good, feel-good song, Bigger Than Life, Chrome Heart Tags Rate. And then Bust Me is okay. I will say for Bust Me, though, I love the choir-esque, you know, background in the instrumental. That definitely saves it for me. But out of all the songs, comparing them to, like, the other Orangey sections, it really, you know, slacks on that. Then you have, with the Uzi section, you have Prices, Urgency, Vanita, and then you have Secure the Bag, which, like I said, 1017 Secure the Bag is a lot better than EA Secure the Bag. But, you know, again, it just seemed like every time that there was a switch to, like, a different character, that end song definitely suffered hard, in my opinion. But P2, definitely a love letter to fans and stuff like that. You know, an EXO Tour Life Part 2, hence P2. Futsal Shuffle 2020, definitely a hype song. I remember when he dropped it because he was just dropping, you know, like, yeah, we got, you know, That's a Rack, Sangue Paradise. We had Free Uzi. So he was building up that hype, and then he's just like, yo, guys, I'm going to drop Futsal Shuffle 2020, aka Geometry Dash. And honestly, I still mess with the song. I'll be honest. Like, it is definitely still on my it's definitely on my replay list. And when the song dropped, it was kind of like crazy to me. And then you have That Way, which a lot of people will say like, oh, it's just, you know, that watered down pop and stuff like that. But I still like the song. Also, I don't know what made me think of it, but when I made my top Uzi song list, by the way, Demon High actually wasn't out. So I feel like I should give my opinion on Demon High. I think it's a good song. It dropped, you know, on either on Halloween or around Halloween, so made sense on that part. But it was different, and that's what I can respect for people that drop different songs. I do listen to the song on replay from here and there. Not a lot, not like, you know, a lot of the songs that we are talking about on here. But I will say that Demon High, I do personally like the song. But back to EA, I will say that EA is definitely on a higher A. And for that reason, it's because after 2 years and stuff like that, after hearing nothing, just hearing leaks, everyone out of the blue, I will say that he definitely came back and really popped off. I know personally he said that, you know, he didn't like the album and that, you know, he can definitely come better. And that's why I'm really excited for the Pink Tape. And why I'm excited for, you know, like any album that he comes with afterwards. I think, what is it, Love versus the World 3, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, I'm excited for Pink Tape. I'm excited for Love versus the World 3. And just to continue seeing, you know, like once he takes his time and stuff like that, what can he produce? Because I could definitely see EA being a rush project after everything, after, you know, years just pretty much leaking and stuff like that. That's definitely like a motivational killer for you. But honestly, even coming back and even just dropping an album just to please the fans and stuff like that, it truly shows that even if it was something that was quickly done and stuff like that, he could still kill it, because there's so many songs on here that have replay value to this day that I still listen to. And it's only right to talk about the deluxe. And like I said, most of the time when it's, the deluxe and stuff like that, like for example, like for Pluto X Baby Pluto, I just kind of talked about the deluxe on there. Same with Love is Rage 2. But with this deluxe, it is a Eternal Atake Deluxe, but there's 14 extra songs and it's called Love versus the World 2. So in my opinion, I'm counting this as a completely different album in its own, and it kicks it off with Myron, and a lot of these songs are actually leaks. It's kind of like a mix of leaks and new songs, so that we are getting something new, but also listening to some, really good classics and stuff like that. We have Myron, which again, another great introduction into an album. In my opinion, still, I do think that Baby Pluto is still better than Myron, but they both just, like, after EA, the intro tracks and stuff like that on Uzi's album have been great. So we have Myron, Lotus. I personally enjoy Bean Kobe. Everyone was waiting for that, so that was a huge moment. Yes Sirski was probably one of the songs that, my friend and his cousin, every time that we'd be in a FaceTime call, we'd play that song. It'd just be like a tradition. What's Up? Honestly, I did like What's Up, but after a while, it just kind of like died on me personally. It is a good song, and I can personally enjoy it, but just after a while, it just kind of was like, okay, I need to stop listening to this song, or it is gonna, kill it for me. Strawberry Pills, just a, hype song. I Can Show You. Moon Relate was a leak that I personally was hoping for. When I got it, I freaked the fuck out. I was so excited. Come This Way and Trap This Way, both really good. No Auto, really good hard song. Money Spread is nuts. Got the Guap, really good. And Leaders is a good way to end off the album. Personally, for me, I will say that it's, I would say personally, it's right here. Honestly, I do think that EA, again, being more structured and having like that structure to it is just it's a little bit better. And plus two, with the leak songs and stuff like that, a lot of people already knew what we were getting. And a lot of the new songs, they're still really good. But in my opinion, EA also, for him just doing it all alone, definitely makes it higher on my spot than Love versus the World 2. So now we have the Perfect Love Tape 2016. We have songs like Do What I Want. We have, of course, We're Ghetto Flowers. Original Uzi. We have Money Mitch, Sideline Watching, I Can Drive, You're Lost, Erase Your Social, Rhonda, and 7 Million. Now, 7 Million was actually the first song that I heard Uzi and Future collab on, and that's why I was just like, holy shit, I want them to both make a album together, which here we are, but, not as much as I expected. But honestly, the Perfect Love Tape, a really good album in my opinion. Of course, we have songs like Do What I Want. Original Uzi, Four of Us, love that song. Sideline Watching, and I would say like Erase Your Social. I Can Drive, You're Lost. I would say, of course, We Ghetto Flowers, good. Money Mitch, not really a favorite. Rhonda, not really a favorite either. But in my opinion, I still think that this album is really good. It has 10 songs on it. And again, this was 2016 era of Uzi, so of course it's fantastic. This is pretty much what everybody, is just like, oh my god, please go back to and stuff like that. Which, me personally, like I just said, for when it came to Demon High and stuff like that, I like when people decide that they want to try and do different things. So being able to, evolve and create your new music and stuff like that, as you can see with like EA and stuff like that, it still ranks high on my list. And I could even say like, oh well, you have this up here all the way to number on S and stuff like that, but it was just a really good album to me. But I still want to see him adapt, because if we had the same album of Love is Rage 2, where it was just Love is Rage 2 type shit every single year, that would get boring and that would get old and a lot of people wouldn't like it. So I do like when people, and artists, do evolve and stuff like that, because who knows, there might actually be an album one day. It might be the pig tape, it might not. It might be something down the road that actually might overstep Love is Rage 2. We don't know. And then we have Lil Uzi Vert versus the World. Now, is it only fair to talk about Canadian Goose, which isn't a good intro track, but it's a fantastic song altogether. Cause like Canadian Goose has like that song has like nothing to do with like anything, but this was just hit making Uzi. Let's be honest. We got Canadian Goose, we have High Roller, we have Money Longer, which was just a meme for how long. We have Grab the Wheel, You Was Right, Baby Are You Home, P's and Q's, which I love that music video, Team Rocket, and Scott Ramona. Like High Roller, Money Longer, for example. Money Longer just took the internet by storm and stuff like that. And honestly, this was probably one of the albums that actually got Uzi on my radar, if I'm going to be honest. You know, with High Roller, that was one of the first songs I ever heard, but then Money Longer is what got me on it. And then that's when I started watching P's and Q's. And then I just listened to the whole album in general. I was like, wow, this type of genre is really good. I'm like, his music's really, really good. And then I stopped listening to it. And then, of course, that's when, you know, Love is Rage 2 got me back into Uzi. And ever since then, I've been, a huge listener. I've been tuning in. I'm a fan. But I would say, honestly, Lil Uzi Vert versus the World is definitely in the S tier, in my opinion. If I could change anything about the list, like I said, I think 1017 versus the World would either be low B or high C, in my opinion. Just because there were a lot of songs on there that were definitely experimental. It wasn't a, main release and stuff like that. Just kind of like how EXO Tour Life wasn't a main release until it started building up traction and stuff like that. I would personally say that, like, in my opinion, like, it's just not a main song for me. So yeah, for example, like, To Love Is To Rage. It is an album. It is on here. But, yeah, because even like I'm on Uzi's SoundCloud as well. Even the Real Uzi and Purple Thoughts actually aren't on here. So, but yet again, like I said, if you guys want me to add this onto here, you can. But honestly, I think I'm gonna put 1017 versus the World in C tier. I'm gonna have Baby Pluto X Pluto in B. I'm trying to think if I want to change anything else. I kind of want to move this to B, but I kind of want to make it like its own like middle A B kind of tier, because like I said, there's a lot of songs on here. This was his first commercial album, and you have here. I'm gonna count it out. We got Safe House, Banned from TV, 7 a.m. Right Now, Top, and I would say Enemies and Paradise. I'll say those. So out of 7 out of the 12 songs I enjoy, which I would say I would move this to like a high B. Again, there's a lot of great songs on here, and 7 a.m. is definitely what rocketed him on there. But going off of like album, which is how many songs are on here that I personally enjoy, this would probably be the list that I would probably have. Like, it's really hard. And I could even say this is probably like just like my last ranking video. You could have this, some days I'll say that it's like at, A, and some days I'll be like, it's just, it's just B. But I think right here is where I'm probably going to have the list, in my opinion. Probably. Yeah. So I'm probably going to just have it right here. As you can definitely see, like, I'm more of a 2016, 2017 Uzi fan, but at the same time, he did take 2 years off, so we pretty much just have to wait for Pink Tape and stuff like that. So let me know, guys, are you guys excited for Pink Tape? I know that I definitely am, especially from hearing, all the snippets, and especially when he was performing at, like, Rolling Loud and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video and you guys want to see more tier list, just let me know. See, like right now, see, I'm thinking too much. Okay. I'm going to let you guys go. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And like I said, don't forget to make your own tier list.